This is a 2016 Toyota Camry. We'll attempt to install the CarPlay. It's a right-hand drive model. So first start by prying out these two, 1 and 2. Just use any of these tools, two clips holding that, and then 2 screws from here. And there are 2 bolts. There's one here, there's 1 bolt there and 1 bolt there, and then there will be 2 bolts here. Just with this one, the vents, you can just snap the vents out with the pry tool. Just so it just slides off gently, and then that comes off. And then we have 2 bolts. That's the right size. So 10 mils. So better have a larger extension like this. That's 1 bolt off, so that's 10 mil bolt. Always keep a magnet just in case the bolts fall off. So you don't want the bolts to fall off inside. So once we got all the 4 bolts out, so just pry with this tool a little bit to lift up, and everything else are holding by the notches only. So just, and then make your way around to pull this out, and then you have all the cables to unplug now. Now you can see there are quite a few cables to unplug. Let's unplug all these cables out, and then we'll start by moving the stuff into the new unit. This is how the back unit of the Toyota Camry looks like. So it got these connectors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 connectors. So now start by removing them. Okay, now I transferred all the clips. I removed the frame first of this unit. I transferred the clips, and I transferred the AC unit to this new one, to the new frame. Only thing is, when you're fitting in the new frame, make sure there are little notches here. It doesn't fit in, so you got to cut the notch a little bit, and this one at the bottom ends. The little notch you can pry it up with some utility knife or something like that, and then it sits in properly once you transfer everything. And I'm start by hooking up all the cables required. It's a high-end version, so I need a CANBUS. So I'm just hooking up all the cables, and then we'll go into the car and just hook up everything. I'm having trouble getting the reverse camera, the manufacturing OEM reverse camera. I connected this one, I connected all these cables up, but when I observed, there are 2 video in C. There's a back video in, there is another back video in. There are 2 back video in cables, so we got to make sure, I believe the one that plugs into the car is the one that I have to use. Might be using the wrong back video in cable to plug it into this one. Let's see if I hook up and see if that works. That's a Rise, sorry, not Rise, is different CANBUS, Simple Soft. So let's see, plug it back in and see if it works. tail wiring. So in some of the cars you might have the OEM camera, and the camera may not come up after installing. So with the wire harness, see there are, it looks like clutter, but make sure you connect. Most of them are plug and play, like you connect 1, 2, 3, 4. They got 4 connections, so all the 4 connections are connected, and then you have 3 empty ones. So depending on what harness you get from the manufacturer, from the supplier, so they might have 3 or 4 any connectors, whatever it is. Like generally this is a universal one, they have 4, 7 connectors, and these 3 connectors for this car doesn't need to be connected. So when connecting that, make sure, I think when they gave 2 different video back camera video in cables. See one, and there is another one. So if you plug this one in, the camera will not come out. When you plug this one in, the camera will definitely come, the reverse camera. But make sure you change the settings as well. I'll put that in the video. The settings have to be made in the Android unit depending on what unit you're getting. So this is pretty much the cabling. Yeah, I think let's hook it up, and then we'll be ready, all sorted hopefully. That's the Acorn cable. That's for the USB in the glove box. That's for the USB connector for the OEM USB, and the antenna cable and GPS cable. And here you have only one back cable, and this video cable or CarPlay cable, this has to be plugged into this back video in, which is connected to the actual harness. The back video in, so this video, both the video out and video in, has to be connected to the cable, not this cable though. See, this cable is not connected to anything in the car. This cable is not connected, so dump this cable. And there's another video, back video in, use that one. Make sure you use that one, right one. Okay, thank you. All right, final installation is completed. So that's after installing everything. So you can see the door, if I right door, left door, right, change all the settings up. So the only thing I said that you have to care about settings is make sure you go to this. Depending on every unit is different, but make sure you do your CANBUS settings. So in this scenario, for this particular unit, there is separate called car settings. If I go into car settings, you can see factory settings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 zeros, and then go car type settings. Make sure you select the right CANBUS. So in my scenario, it's simple soft. So I select simple soft, Toyota, Camry, and depending on what you pick. In this scenario, I picked 2012, 2015 Camry. So I do all the settings for that, and that's when your steering controls will work. See, the volume works from steering. If you don't do that, your steering won't work, the controls won't work, steering controls won't work, and also your reverse camera may not work. See, I got that camera hooked up. It's only mainly the cable that I played with. So once I got the cables right, I got the camera working. Good luck with your installation. Any questions or queries, please put in the comment section. I'm happy to respond back. Thank you.